Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, January 25, the final full week of January. Just around 4:30 in the morning, and futures have been so dead. It's been so boring as there's absolutely nothing to do until the ECB rate decision later on this morning, which is going to be 8:15, 8:30. We get the announcement, and then after the announcement, you have the press conference, which kind of tends to flow into around the opening bell. And dead honest, I'm going to keep this short because there is absolutely nothing that I can show you or share with you other than what I've already done. Because as soon as this ECB rate decision commentary comes out, Fed fund swap traders are going to be the ones that decide what we do. You never ever heard of these guys until early part of November last year, which is when our big pump started moving, when they were pricing in 5 rate cuts, 6 rate cuts coming in 2024. I've already shared my opinion. We're not getting any cuts. We're actually going to get hikes. Is what it is. Anyway, that decision comes out at 8:30, so very very cover of what we're going through. American Airlines, you get the press conference at 8:45, new home sales, blah blah blah. 4-week bill auction and the 7-year note auction coming at 11:30 and 1 o'clock. Now, I do not know all the information about this. I don't. All I know is what I read, and it was a very quick read, so I need to dig down deeper into it. But they were talking about how the Fed has raised the interest rate on the overnight reverse repo. Now, the overnight reverse repo used to be $2 billion. Now it's only, or sorry, yeah, what trillion, 2 billion. I don't even remember the fucking number, but it was big. It's virtually none of that anymore. It's down to around 500. So anyway, going into today, real quick prep. 5 green closes in a row, 5 in a row. Place your bets. Big 20-point down below the open yesterday, 34, 37, almost 40-point range yesterday. Did not fill the gap. Keep leaving it like you order this big, huge plate of food, and then you leave just that one last bite on the plate so that the waiter's got to go and fucking take back a plate, or you bring it back to the kitchen. There's just one bite left. We've done that now with 3 different gaps. 48 50, 48 44, 48 39, and then we've got that other one down below that. What is it? 48 75, 40 47, or 47 47 81. These tiny little 3 point gaps down below. So anyway, 5 green closes in a row. Your bets, if you're going to get into the spread, high risk, right there, looking for a red close, buy the 48.75 calls, sell the 48.70s, you get a little 250. Now, prior to the ECB decision yesterday, got lucky, finally saw that 49.05, 4900, and then because we got up into the 4900s, there was 250 credit on those. Closed out zero. Have not got 1%, have not got minus 1% during the course of this week. So not expecting any big bangs out of that. But there again, over here on the QQQ, ever since that low down there, that 395.34, ever since January 5th, it is doing nothing but closing green. You got one red close here on the 17th, minus 2 points. Every single day closing green. And your gap, 423.48, the one and only thing that you can concentrate on for now, with minus 421, minus 420. Fed fund swap traders are the only ones who are going to be able to get you that. And that won't be until later in the morning. And nobody's going to be able to predict it anyway until those guys are the ones who make the decision. So, anyway, new all time highs. We are up 87.5 points off the October lows, 25.5%. 51% run over there in March, and off of the lows into that February high, 69%. So percentage wise, Different story. Point wise, 53 or 54, 103, and here we are at 87. So much different count than what we've got over there on the SPX. SPX, very interesting. October bottom into yesterday's high, 799.90. Like I shared on my chart, 798 with possibility of being that other count, which is around 848. Fractional upside. Full moon today, so enjoy every bit of it. So here again, on to the futures, looking at the week to date over here on the ES, 48.85.50 was working very nicely until right around 230 there the other day, and then just kaboop, boop, 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 and here we are, and sold it right off. Sold it right off yesterday. Hardcore. Did not even get a -1% move. So, nothing to go. Oh, yeah, here we go. Nothing to get excited about. March is your focus. March is your focus. QQQ, same shit. 429.85, put in a high, 12:55 in the afternoon. Almost filled the gap, but didn't. Did wind up closing, like you saw, below the opening bell. Way over here. Netflix, I saw a lot of you guys went and took some profits on that trade. Nice job. Didn't never expect these things to be day trades. I've seen now that a couple of times they have been day trades. On this Netflix, like I said, the bigger, broader, wider view and sharing what I did. Let's go and change this just so we can see the pre-market trading. And yeah, same shit. Still holding here above 542, holding above that 539. I have an alarm at 539 with yesterday's lows at 537. So bigger, broader picture. I am not only expecting this gap to be filled, but I am expecting a little bit of pressure to that bigger, broader, wider downside, because when you do look at this from a big, meaty point of view, it's pretty easy to see here that you've got a 1, 2, 3 failure, and here's your 3 gapping up above it. Much better view here as an ABC. I like it as an ABC bearish move. Not expecting any. Actually, expecting it to be down below 504 and then start heading back into that 485, 470 region. Tesla, again, same one. Having shared a gamble, if you wanted to play the calls, and I would not be playing any earnings because you can play these things after they report, move up to 242 would be a great short to have gotten into. Did not get that. Instead, got what I was thinking, like I shared before a couple of times, a move down to 185, 160. That's exactly what you have now just busted. You have now just taken out this October low, that 193.81. Let that sink in for a second. That's the equivalent of SPX 4104. And Tesla has just taken that out. Bigger, broader view on this. Again, here, boom, your move to your all-time highs, your sell-off into the beginning of 2023. A, B, C, and this has just been grinding downward where you could see this now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or much broader, looking at that area, possibly even down to 152. But I would not, I will not, I suggest you do not jump into this and try and play the puts. It has already beat itself down. Same thing over on the calls. So as we go into the ECB Fed fund swap traders, are pricing in. Until that comes out after the ECB rate decision, all that we know is we have 5 green closes in a row, and it's the full moon. So party hard and go outside tonight because it is beautiful.